Right now we are in New York City, and behind me is Ripley's Believe It or Not. I've seen a bunch of videos at a bunch of different Ripley's locations, and I've always wanted to check one of them out, and now we're in New York City and have the opportunity, so I figured, why not go inside and go check out Ripley's? Come along and join me. I love the classic Broadway-style marquee here at the Ripley's Believe It or Not Times Square Odditorium. Inside the lobby here, you are greeted by King Kong, made completely out of tires. Just overhead from the tire King Kong is the world's largest crocodiles, and I absolutely hate and am terrified of alligators and crocodiles. They are the snakes to my Indiana Jones, so that thing is absolutely terrifying. I would not want to come face to face with that. Here we go into the turnstiles, and we're inside Ripley's Believe It or Not. Believe it or not, we're here in Ripley's, and we got free craisins. Here is a giant predator made out of scrap metal, and right next to him is Captain America, made out of car parts. This steampunk train is made entirely of matchsticks. That blows my mind. I don't know how much time this person had on their hands to build this thing, but that must have taken a long time. At first glance, I thought this was a real man. That straight up looks like a real guy right there, a real freaky looking guy, and he's actually the world's most unusual man. He's pretty unusual looking. Very fitting, right near the world's most unusual man is the most unusual woman, and she is more unusual than the man. I love the architecture and style of this area. It has like a cool like second floor and all these archways that are decorated with heads. Tucked away over here in the corner are some freaky animals. There's a two-headed cow right there, and then this giant cow actually has an extra arm right there. As I stated before, I'm terrified of alligators and crocodiles, and there are two over my head right there. That one looks like the one from Hook. Let's make our way up these very cool stairs and see what the second floor has to offer. This stairwell kind of reminds me of the old Adventurers Club in downtown Disney. In the first room upstairs is an entire jade dragon boat. Look at that thing. Made entirely out of jade. That's impressive. Where we're standing right now is about how tall a giraffe would be, but I'm not worried about the height. I'm worried about the giant alligator right there. Look at that thing. This right here is why I hate crocodiles. This thing is a people-eating machine. Inside this case is a pretty impressive cane collection. A cane collection inside a case. I like the dagger cane right there, as well as this cane sword. Along this wall is a really cool mural, and it might just look like it's made out of tile or something, but believe it or not, if we get in real close, these are all made out of stamps. So this whole mural is made of stamps. Look at the size of that man. That is a 1,400-pound man right there. He had to be forklifted out of his house when he died because he was so large. We're heading into a room titled Ripley's All-Stars. I have no idea what this is going to be about, but judging by these seats right here, I'm gonna guess it has something to do with baseball and sports. Here's a little piece of wood that is actually autographed by the 1931 New York Yankees. One of the autographs on there includes Babe Ruth. This little study area is really cool. It's got a little informational movie playing about Babe Ruth and other famous baseball players. In the corner they have the Hall of Fame of baseball bats. Plenty of baseball bats here, with one missing. Did someone come in here and steal a baseball bat from Ripley's Believe It or Not in New York? I hear some fun and exciting music coming from this room. I don't know what's going on in here. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, Tresh has some moves. That's Tresh right there. As you can see, she's doing some dancing. Well, you really can't see because it's so dark. Yeah, Tresh, work it. Work it, Tresh. All I can do is bob my head because I don't want to shake the camera too much. I'm a big fan of tiki, so seeing some actual tikis from New Guinea is really, really cool. But right next to the tiki is the gods of fertility. Is this like the fertility idol from Raiders of the Lost Ark? Apparently people claim if you touch these statues, you become pregnant. Tresh, get out of here. Do not touch the statues. Do not touch the statue. This room looks really, really cool. There's all kinds of cases with some cool artifacts in here. This case is full of weapons and tools, and this one happens to be made of obsidian. So when the White Walkers attack, I know where to get a weapon to defeat them. Come here to Ripley's in New York, and you can defeat the White Walkers. If you ever want to see what a skull of a two-headed cow looks like, there it is. If you want to see what a actual two-headed cow looks like, then look no further than right here in front of you, right next to each other, a realistic-looking two-headed cow and a dead two-headed cow. Would you believe it or not if I told you that was carved out of camel bone? I promise I'll try not to use that joke too much. This fireplace is quite impressive, but what's more impressive is this man inside stepping on the hot coal. It's just a demonstration, but it's representing that a man actually walked 20 feet on burning coal. Oh, look at this cool display. Hey, Tresh, will you get my picture over here? Get my picture with these guys.
Dude.
What? Even though it says do not disturb right there on the door, we never follow the rules. Let's see what's behind this door. Ooh, what is that creepy thing? I just read the little sign and it appears that this is the African god of hate. So if you hate someone, you might want to worship this god. If you are looking for a stein or some kind of thing to hold your drink, they have plenty of drink holding devices. I don't even know how to describe a cup. I'm over-explaining a cup, but that's the kind of content you get here on youtube.com/Ben Laurence. There's these cool magnifying glasses as well as some giant cockroaches. Tresh, what are you doing in there? Tresh, what are you doing inside that thing with all the bugs? All the bugs are gonna climb on you. They move. They move? Ooh. Wait, Tresh, I think those are real.
I just realized that they are. Because I was like, oh, they're moving. And then I just looked at it real close. They're f***ing real.
I thought at first that those were like animatronics, but no. No. These are 100% real cockroaches.
Oh my god, and I put my head in that.
You just put your head inside the lair of the giant cockroaches. How do you feel?
Itchy.
At first I thought this was just like a normal staircase, but I didn't realize that there were all kinds of model ships right underneath my feet. There's really no good angle to film these things, but you get the point. There is a lot of model ships underneath this floor. Back in the day, they obviously didn't have cameras like we have now, so when a person died, they took a cast of their face, and that is a cast of Napoleon Bonaparte's face. Look at this lady's neck. She looks like a giraffe. They put these brass rings on her neck to elongate her neck. That's just weird. Over here at the Berlin Wall, there is someone trying to dig under it. Logan Paul, is that you in there? Is that Logan Paul? Near Logan Paul is an actual piece of the Berlin Wall with a giant peace sign, and then it says made in Germany right there on the bottom. You can't see it because those people are right there, but it does say made in Germany. A real piece of the Berlin Wall. Oh, excuse me, sir, I didn't want to get in your picture. Oh wait, he's not even real. Just beyond this finger necklace and this creepy head is a torture chamber room. Inside this little crate looking thing, they would put a person in there and have food just where they couldn't reach it, and the person would end up starving to death. This is one hell of a way to be tortured. Stripped of all your clothes and chained to a hot iron chimney. That does not look like fun. If we were to pull this lever right here, we would activate the electric chair. That is not a way I would want to die, was by electric chair. Absolutely not. Here's the old classic way to be tortured, the Iron Maiden. Imagine going inside that thing, having those doors closed, and getting those big spikes lodged inside your body. That seems like a terrible time, and yeah, I'm out of this room now. This looks like the entrance to an Egyptian tomb of some sort. Oh yeah, there's some Egyptian artifacts in here, like this mummy hand and a mummified bird. It says, "Spin me if you dare." Tresh, do you dare to spin it?
Do you dare?
All right, let's spin the mummy head thing.
Oh.
Ugh!
Wow.
It's a dead guy. There's a dead guy inside there. Inside this small glass case is a lock of Abraham Lincoln's hair. That is crazy, and he's not the only person whose hair is inside this museum. They have Napoleon's hair. Right in there is Napoleon's hair, as well as the first president of the United States, George Washington's hair, inside that little dish. The king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. There is some of Elvis's hair. If the FBI is still looking for John Dillinger, they can use a DNA sample from that lock of hair inside the glass case. I don't even know if you can see it in there, but there are 3 hairs from John F. Kennedy's head. This red circular room is full of Marilyn Monroe paraphernalia, all kinds of little news clippings, calendars, just a bunch of Marilyn Monroe stuff in here. One thing that's really cool is this newspaper article from when Marilyn Monroe died. I mean, it's not cool that she died. It's cool that they have the newspaper right here. This mural may look like it's made of beads or something, but that is President Barack Obama, made of gumballs, and he is not the only gumball person out here. Robert Ripley is also made of gumballs. Here is the infinity box. It says to stick a camera in there, so let's stick our camera in and see what happens. What? It's like a mirror dimension. I can see Tresh on the other side, but there's a million Treshes in there. This is so weird. Well, I can sort of see myself over there, but there's a million Treshes inside the infinity box. Here at this cool photo op, if we grab on right here and lay down, it will look like we are climbing the Empire State Building. Let's try to climb. Look it, we're hanging like King Kong. Ah, we're like King Kong right now. It looks like this is some kind of space-themed room. You have a Darth Vader portrait made entirely out of staples, and right next to the staple Vader is a Darth Vader head made out of adding machine parts. Tucked away in the corner is a giant meteorite. This thing weighs over 3,000 pounds. At first, I thought this glove belonged to Captain EO, but this sign corrected me. It actually belongs to an astronaut. Inside the music room, they have this really cool thing where if you smack on the drums, like if you smack on all these instruments, they go off. This really reminds me of the thing they have at the Journey into Imagination Pavilion at Epcot. Behind the musical instrument display are some really cool pictures right there. If you stand at a certain angle, that is Jimi Hendrix, made out of cassette tape, I guess you'd say. And here is a portrait of John Lennon made out of his dog's hair. That is John Lennon, made out of his own dog's hair. One would think that this picture of Frank Sinatra was painted, but in reality, all that color is butterfly wings. So that is a picture of Frank Sinatra, made of dead butterflies. It's kind of gross, but also kind of cool to think that this picture of the Last Supper is made out of spider webs. This shark had quite an interesting diet. If we look inside his stomach, there are plenty of nuts and bolts and buttons, anchors, and even the leg of a mule. I don't know where this shark got a mule to snack on, but he devoured the mule's leg. Pretty interesting diet for a shark. I have no idea how this man ate dinner or did day-to-day things when his fingernails were that long. Those are the fingernails of a real human being. That's nasty. Look at the way they curl at the end. That is disgusting. I don't think I could ever grow my fingernails that long. I have a bad habit of just biting them off. I hear some strange noises coming from this area, and it says it's called the Black Hole. Please secure your belongings before entering the Black Hole. This might be dangerous. This is the Black Hole. This swirling vortex. Whoa, I'm so dizzy in here. This swirling vortex is the Black Hole. Oh my God, I'm so dizzy. I'm so dizzy right now. This is crazy. This is so trippy. Oh my God, like I feel like I'm gonna fall over. Like I'm so unstable right now. This is totally throwing me for a loop. Here is the end of the Black Hole. Wow, that was insane. That was a really cool experience. Let's continue on. I might need a minute. Whoa. I need a minute after that. I am totally off balance right now. That made me so dizzy, but that room was really sick. They have quite the collection of shrunken heads here. If you're looking for a long-lost relative and you haven't seen him in a while, you might want to check Ripley's because they might have been turned into a shrunken head. The amount of heads here is just, it's just kind of weird to think that these, at one point, were on a human body. As we continue on, there are some more shrunken heads, and most notably, this one right here once belonged to Andy Warhol. It's not Andy Warhol's head, but this head did belong to Andy Warhol at one point. And like the sign says, no child left behind. This is the shrunken head of a child. I think we've seen plenty of shrunken heads, so let's continue on to the next room. Remember that set of stairs from the beginning of the video? Well, I totally forgot to mention that there's an area where you're supposed to try and roll your tongue. What you don't realize when you're trying to roll your tongue is that it's a two-way mirror, and the people on the other side can see you. In here, if we were in here, and people were trying to roll their tongues, we would just sit here and laugh at them. Look, this guy's trying to roll his tongue. Little does he know that we're on the other side and we can watch him. He has no idea.
He's looking at us and it's so creepy.
He has no idea that we're on the other side right now. If we look at the video screen and rotate this little device right here, we can rewind time and try to find ourselves. There's me and Tresh right there, filming at the beginning of this video. We didn't come over and make a funny face. I almost did right there. That's so weird. It's like seeing yourself filming while filming, but like this is just bizarre. After we went back in time and found ourselves, that's about it for Ripley's Believe It or Not. Let's go check out the gift shop. There are plenty of cool jokes and gags here in the gift shop. Looks like there is some Ripley's Believe It or Not shot glasses as well as coffee mugs. Here is the world's tallest shot right there. That's a pretty big shot compared to a normal size glass. There's a few Ripley's t-shirts and a Ripley's hat, but that's about it. Not much merchandise here in the Ripley's Believe It or Not gift shop. After exiting the gift shop, we make our way back to the entrance area with the Captain America made of car parts and the train made of matches. After just seeing the world's tallest shot, we now get to see the world's tallest man. He's about 9 feet tall. It appears if we rub this man's belly that we'll have good luck. So let's rub his big belly and then exit Ripley's Believe It or Not. Exiting the turnstile now. We're out in the main area, back with Tire King Kong. Thank you so much for joining us as we went and checked out Ripley's Believe It or Not. If you like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to support the channel, consider checking out Patreon down below. And if you want to see future adventures just like this one, then hit the subscribe button.